Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking shit. No fucking way, dude. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. Dude! It's a fucking GTR! What the fuck? I know I get like overly excited when I see like a high-end vehicle or an imported vehicle, but that's just the greatest thing is seeing a lot of classics either being rebuilt or seeing cars that are not made in this country that people are driving around that have like a $1 million price tag or something on it. It's great, you know. Compared to playing like Need for Speed or Forza or something, when you see a vehicle in person like an Aston Martin or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or some rich ass car, it's honestly intense. It's like a really intense experience instead of just picking up a controller, you know, purchasing a Ferrari on Forza or Need for Speed and just driving it. When you see a vehicle in person, it's fucking crazy. And even when I was doing my delivery service, I was snapping a lot of photos. And throughout this whole entire folder, excuse me, there is just photo after photo after photo of just so many old cars and so many classics. It's honestly the greatest folder that I probably have ever made on this computer. You know, some people might call me childish, but I grew up with like the most greatest childhood imaginable. You know, I grew up in the 90s where, you know, you plugged in a CD into your Windows 98 computer and it automatically loads and you're whisked into a world on an 8-bit, you know, 24, 64-bit computer. Or you start having this imagination to build like railroad tracks in your bedroom or Hot Wheels courses in your bedroom and playing with Matchbox cars and everything. It's not like nowadays where you give a kid a fucking iPad and they spend hours on Fortnite. You know, what I dealt with in the 90s was the most inspirational times, and God, I wish I can go back to those days. Seeing little Jimmy Jr. spending like 20 hours on Fortnite or like thousands of dollars on Fortnite, it kind of worries me what this generation looks like. And it's fucking sad. But sadly, Bill Gates doesn't make reverse compatible computers where I could plug a Windows 98 disk into a Windows 10 and it works perfectly fine. So I have to spend like hundreds of dollars to buy like a Windows 98 that's in brand new condition off of eBay to plug in a disk and just go back in time that way, like I'm Marty McFly in Back to the fucking Future. This photo right here, this is an Aston Martin DBS that was photographed a couple years ago outside of my old job at Regal Cinemas. And when you see this luxurious British import, it is the most craziest shit to ever see in person. It is absolutely amazing that these people have this type of money to be throwing around, and it is just fucking classic, dude. Like this, for instance, I'm pretty sure is a newer model Aston Martin Vanquish. It looks like a track build to me, for honestly, and this guy definitely went with the track build Aston Martin Vanquish, if that's what this is. I'm pretty sure it is. And it is just fucking lovely to look at. This one may not be imported or, you know, impressive because, you know, it was made in the United States. But if you've ever played Forza or if you've seen Fast and the Furious 8, you know exactly what fucking car this is. The Local Motors Rally Fighter that was made in Arizona. And, you know, usually you'd see this vehicle in like Forza or somewhere in Hollywood, not in your own fucking backyard. And that's really amazing that this guy would pull out an extreme off-road, like crazy off-road build that was made in America that you would see in like Fast and the Furious 8 or something. Now, if you guys want to see a lot of classics, I have a lot of classics on here. There's like numerous photos of classic vehicles all over this album. But the most memorable one that I've ever seen is a 1965 Ford Mustang California Special, and I kid you guys not, this has to be like one of the greatest Ford Mustang California Special models I've ever seen in this pristine of a condition. And this is the first time I've ever seen a 1965 California Special, and it's honestly just great to see it in person. Oh look, and there's my ugly retarded ass in the reflection. Yep, Looks like I need a facelift or I need to stay off drugs. Fucking loser. But yeah, there's just literally a lot of just photographed vehicles all along this entire folder. And there's more that are constantly being added, like every single day, every single week, every single month. So this is not it. There's a lot of undiscovered, exotics or classics. There's even a fucking Lamborghini Diablo that showed up at one point outside of a Twisters, and that's just the greatest thing. I kid you guys not. This has to be just the most devoted album I've ever worked on. So yeah, that should explain a lot of my obsessions with like having the crazy meltdowns. What I wouldn't say crazy meltdowns, but the crazy excitedness about seeing, a high-end import or a classic or something. Because, one of these days I wish I could be like these people, but unfortunately, times are tough, and not really much people are looking for talent nowadays. So I guess dreams will be dreams, unfortunately. But yeah, there's just this big ol' ass album that I've been working on for years.